Hello everyone! In this lesson on minor key signatures, you will be learning about the parallel minors. In the last lesson, you learned the difference between relative major and minor scales. They have the same key signature, but they have different resting tones. For example, this is a C major scale. Its relative minor is A minor. They have the same notes, but A minor melodies are centered around and usually end on the note A, not C. In this lesson, you will learn about parallel major and minor scales. Parallels have the same resting tone, but a different key signature. For example, look at these two scales below. They are both C scales, but the C major scale has no sharps or flats, and the C minor scale has 3 flats. Typically, the minor scales have 3 more flats than their parallel major, as you can see in the difference between C major and C minor. This will help us figure out the key signatures for parallel minors. For example, C major has no sharps or flats, so C minor is going to have 3 more flats than 0, or 3 flats total. Incidentally, this is true whether those flats are in the key signature or written out in the scale as you see here. This same rule works for all flat scales. For example, F major has 1 flat. F minor is going to have 3 more flats than 1, or 4 flats. How does this rule apply to the sharp keys? Well, 3 more flats is essentially the same thing as saying 3 fewer sharps. So, in a key like E major, which has 4 sharps, to determine the key signature for E minor, we take away 3 of those sharps to get the E minor scale, which has only 1 sharp. The key of A major has 3 sharps, so to determine the key of A minor, we will go back 3 sharps to 0. A minor has no sharps or flats. Remember, A minor is also the relative minor of C major, which has no sharps or flats. Finally, what about keys with fewer than 3 sharps, like G major for example, which only has 1 sharp? Well, if we move 3 steps back from 1 sharp, we will wind up with 2 flats, which is the key signature for G minor. D major has 2 sharps. Moving back 3 steps from 2 sharps, we get a D minor scale, which only has 1 flat. Now read lesson 25.2 in your workbook and complete the exercises for this lesson. In the next lesson, we will look at the differences between major and minor melodies. My name is Christopher Selby. Thank you for watching this tutorial on music theory for the successful string musician.